Hey, we're back. Lang and Sal, casting this second map of our first i52 Showmatch Best of 3 series between Street Hoops Esports and Epsilon. Street Hoops winning that first map quite handily, 6-1 CP Snakewater, but it was on an American server. So now we moved over to a European server, where Epsilon has the ping advantage. But to sort of offset that, we have Street Hoops picking the map, and Street Hoops have picked CP Snakewater. Enigma, the organizer of these show matches, is telling me now that the match has gone live in real time. So in about 90 seconds, we should see the match going live for us once the Source TV delay has passed.
That means your bathroom break's got to be quick.
Yeah, it does.
Now.
Sal, how do you think Snakewater is going to play it differently from Gully Wash?
Well, ooh, Duatna's got a nice shiny golden gun. I didn't realize that. Anyway, sorry, I get distracted easily. I do think that the Europeans will actually have quite a bit more of an advantage. So if Epsilon plays with their typical, like, really methodical, you know, slow play and then push when they have some giant advantage style, it'll work a lot better here because they're just not going to take as much spam damage. The reaction time is going to be better. The positioning is going to be better compared to where the Duatna's putting his stickies. So you know, the Americans are going to have a harder time spamming and a harder time being aggressive. Not an impossible time, but harder. So I think Epsilon's probably got a big advantage here. I think this game will be closer.
I do just want to remind everyone really quickly before we go live that the reason we are doing these show matches is to promote the teamfortress.tv North American i52 fundraiser. i52 is an upcoming international LAN in Coventry, England that we want to send 2 North American Team Fortress teams to. We need to raise $12,000 to cover some of these travel expenses. If you want to know more details and see what perks you can get for donating, head on over to i52.tf. We have a fantastic video that explains exactly what we're raising money for and what perks you get. That said, we're moving into this first mid-fight now, watching as Epsilon roll out here. Mike, as expected, having fantastic pressure, keeping 20B sort of corralled where he wants them to bomb. Coming in from Grape, actually counter-bombing Gear up top there, as Ash does come in now, trying to open things up for his team. Does a good job of distracting, giving a little bit of room for 20B to clean up that soldier aggression. But it does look like Epsilon are overall going to have superior positioning and aggression.
Oh, Gozen! Oh, no! Taking him out quite easily, as he was sitting behind the enemy team that whole time. Epsilon looks very solid on Snakewater.
Yeah, very decisive mid-fight here for Epsilon, but actually right now we have Deadbolt on the sniper. Let's see what he can do, Sal.
Sorry, I'm eating stuff.
Oh, okay.
I'm hungry, man.
That's fair. Deadbolt actually opting to go into the heavy now, going for the more defensive.
Ash on the sniper, though.
Ash changing up to the sniper. They got all the off classes, just all the off classes. They got 3 of them, which is not all of them, but if you round up to the nearest all, it is. The Uber popped from Epsilon. Mike getting sent up into the skybox, but still closing the distance, and that's really what matters. You got to close that distance with these Ubers into Snake last, especially Duatna hitting a crisp pill onto Mike. He does take him down. It looks like 20B are going to successfully hold this. Gear does take down Duatna. The post-mortem frag there coming out of Gear, so nice little clutch play there. Deadbolt having to run back into spawn, change back to that scout. Epsilon trying to see if they can maybe wait for their spawns to defend their point 2 here, but no, they are going to be forced to back out. Kozen is about to have his Uber, and I think, well, you know, Duatna is down. I wonder if 20B are going to try to push into this, or if they're going to wait for Duatna.
I honestly don't know. It looks like maybe they're going to make a push, though, and Duatna can catch up to them pretty easily, so that might be part of their calculus here. He won't be buffed, of course, so if he tries to come in too early... Oh, man. Kozen, what are you doing, man? 94 health, 100% Uber, losing players. This is not looking great right now. Tech's down, as is Sizer, but we'll see if anybody else starts losing players here real fast. Ash trying to get away. There you go. Finally, an Uber popped. This is crazy, man.
Yeah, so the Uber is actually forced out of Epsilon first, as they were on that low ground and they couldn't match the spam damage coming out of 20B on that high ground up on the point. But right now, this is a fairly even fight. Gear being really aggressive up across the top, trying to take down Ash with that spam. He does get counterbombed by Grape, and he is forced off of the high ground. It looks like 20B are managing to hold the positioning in this fight, and they are going to cap up this mid. Uber's roughly even for both teams. Tech coming in on the flank, taking down Grape, cratering him actually, but he does get cleaned up by Deadbolt. Right now, Kozen at a very small advantage by 8 or 9%. Numbers are even for both teams, but the bomb, once again, I really like this aggression coming out of Ash, going for the wall shot onto Gear, not quite able to take him down. Gear is so low on health, but it looks like the aggression is not quite all there from Street Hoops Esports, and they are going to back off. maybe wait for the Uber as they are 2 players down.
Yeah, Gear finally connects with that medic and starts getting the heals going once again. I gotta say that, like, these matches we're talking about, these are good matches. These are nowhere near, like, the quality of matches that you're gonna see at i52, and we can guarantee that because we've, you know, I've been to the last 2, Lang was the last one. It was just nonstop, outstanding action in Europe the whole time, and that's what you're donating to. You're donating to get some North American players over there so we can have that big event again. Lulu trying to force a pop here on Kozin, but it's not gonna happen. Kozin just doesn't pop an Uber until he's at, like, 10 health. Even then, he's just like, no, I'll dodge. I can't use the Uber right now.
So 20B had 2 players down there. Both of their scouts were down, and Epsilon saw, you know, that, oh hey, the flank of 20B is weak, we can push in here. But Street Hoop's doing a really good job of just backing up, keeping players alive, waiting for those respawns, and getting the Uber. So now they have defended mid, capped 2, and they have Uber getting ready to push into last. Ooh, Tech taking a shot onto Deadbolt there. Actually, Tech does connect a shot onto Duwatna. It's really going to be down to Tech here to see if he can hit any clutch headshots. Let's see where Kozin is pushing. It looks like right now they're holding on the ramp. They're going to go over on the right side from the point of view of the aggressors. Tech is still watching lower. He is not going to be able to get the shot off. Actually, Duwatna gets launched right in just as Mike did in the previous push. Duwatna is going to get taken down. Those stickies that were on the door actually doing a really, really good job helping this defense coming out from Epsilon. The heavy as well. Wow, what a good defense from Epsilon. That is a full wipe for Street Hoops, and I believe not a single member of Epsilon went down. So, yeah, those stickies on the door separating the medic from the people he wanted to Uber. They were able to get cleaned up, and wow, that was really, really good from Epsilon, Sal.
Yeah, well done to them. They are going to be able to push this right back out. We're still 0-0.
Yeah, Snakewater, these intense long rounds. It's kind of similar to Gullywash in that respect. You see that happen a lot. Epsilon pushing into mid now. They have 100% Uber. Kozin sitting at only about 25%. Epsilon is going to leave 1 scout to cap, and they want to push on this Uber advantage. They want to push through this saw area here. Gear and Mike leading this Uber. Gear trying to open things up with this other soldier there. Going for the air shots onto Grape. Grape trying to force the Uber. He's not able to do so. Follow-up coming in from Ash, maybe? Yes, Ash does force the Uber. This is great. This is perfect. This is just what 20B needs. 20B are going to have to back up here. They are going to have to give up their second point, but at least they will have the Uber advantage to defend last and maybe potentially push up. But Epsilon being super aggressive. They don't want to give 20B the chance to get this Uber. Killer for fun trying to open this up for his team with Mike laying down the spam, but Mike actually gets a little bit too aggressive, and he's so low on health he does get taken down by the coordinated scatter shots from Deadbolt and Sizer, as now we do have a really big, about a 60% Uber advantage for 20B. Epsilon.
Oh, look, the double scouts here, though. The double scouts in drop down. Nope, okay, they have been spotted out, but they are going for last point. They're going to get a double cap here real fast. Soldier coming in trying to stop him, but it is going to be too late. Nice cap by Epsilon. 2 scouts sneaking in.
That was really, really good. I didn't even see that they were there, so thank you, Sal, for catching that. So yeah, right now, it's the end of our first round. 1-0 in favor of Epsilon. Sal, take us through this mid.
Come on, man. I'm still eating. All right, whatever. I'll do it. I'll do it from my mouth. I'll do it. All right. So we got Duwatna. He's to the mid. He sees Mike. They're both exchanging stickers to each other. Looks like Duwatna getting the worst of the exchange so far. But when do the soldier jumps come in?
Well, the soldier jumps are coming in now. Epsilon bombing to take a little bit of pressure off of his other soldier Gear. I should say Tech bombing. I just called him by his team name. What a rookie mistake. Hate to see it. Tech doing a really good job of distracting here. Teaming up with Lulu, that's Bash, to take down Deadbolt. Epsilon managing to take the superior position on this mid. They're going to cap that up. Kozin, once again, really far behind on these Ubers. Looks like he's being pressured or separated from his team somehow. He's not able to build as effectively as Raymond is. They still don't quite have Uber yet, but, you know, are they going to try to bomb here? I don't know. Duwatna is still so far away. I think they are going to give this up. Yeah, we see 20B now backing out, giving up their point to Deadbolt, coming up on that engineer. Sizer on that sniper. Uber's up for both teams. Looks like Epsilon wants to push a lower cell. Are you still eating?
No, I'm good. Sentry was the first target of choice there just because it wasn't even built yet, so it was a nice, easy knockout. Going to be no Sentry on defense. That does mean it's pretty much cookie cutter, except for Sizer, who is on the heavy weapons guy with his giant anti-aircraft gun. Going to stop people from jumping around too much there. He is taking a lot of hits, and that's part of the problem being heavy, of course, is that you can't move, so you're a nice, easy target. But it looks like the fact that he was able to sit there and just soak up damage meant the rest of his team did a pretty good job on defense.
Yeah, so really, really good defense coming out of 20B. Playing off that heavy very well.
It's all that street hoops they play.
It is all that street hoops. These guys are very street, trust me. I can confirm that they are very street, and they are very hoops. Epsilon trying to take this 4th point back Actually, not back. The cap didn't even go for 20B. They got a little bit of time on it, but we're not able to finish that off. Epsilon, currently at about a 35% Uber advantage, is Raymond. So yeah, they're going to take up position back in this lobby again. Though Ash, actually I'm watching Ash right now, he might be able to get out through this lower, make something happen, but no, Bash does come down there and cut off that flank route. Bash, cutting off Ash. Not hard at all to say, Sal.
No, and here comes the Uber. It looks like Kozen's at 80%. He may not be able to get this one just yet. I think he has popped inside spawn to try and escape that. So he's got 95. He might actually get the Uber, and it might not even matter because right now Epsilon's still losing too many players. They cannot make this point work. Kozen could push out with the Uber if he wants to. It's 4 versus 4, though. Probably not a great idea because they could easily get back half once again.
I'm actually watching Grape. He's got the flank now on Epsilon, but ooh, he gets just obliterated by Gear. Just evaporates.
Man.
The scout, that's Killer fighting out last, taking the fight against Sizer. He does get some help from Gear and the medic Raymond. Epsilon are going to secure this round 2-0 in favor of the European teams. Sal?
So my prediction was right, wasn't it? It's a closer game. Epsilon's winning.
It is.
I feel good about that. I still got it after all these days of not casting. Lulu taking the high route here right now, going for mid. He does spot an opposing scout doing the exact same thing. And a soldier as well. Actually, nice little jump there by Lulu. I was watching the Lulu cam the whole time, and he jumped right underneath that soldier's feet, totally screwed up his jump. They collided midair, and Lulu got the better of the exchange, managed to get the kill. It's going to mean Epsilon has a nice big advantage here. No Uber advantage, unless Kozen gets taken out by Tech real fast here.
So I'm being told by none other than one Getaway, beloved North American caster, Canadian caster, I should say. That it's not Killer, it's Kyler. It's 1L for a reason, Sal. As usual,
so
the
it's
American
not
casters,
total misspelling. All right.
No,
yeah, okay.
The American casters making fools of ourselves as always, but it wouldn't be us.
Well, yeah, I mean, because obviously he meant for it to be Kyler, and the internet is never full of people who can't spell, so it's our fault. Really.
Sal going in hard, going for the meat shots on the European scout, Kyler. But regardless, we do have a deadbolt on that sniper. One player down, that is Mike, the demo man for Epsilon, so their pushing power is dramatically reduced. The Uber is forced, though. They do want to try to take this in, make something happen, maybe get an Uber force, but no, they're going to get stuff down here at this bottom entrance into last. They're going to have to back out. Mike is back up now, though, but you know, the health on the flank, even on the combo here, I mean, Grape's at 20 health here. This push might be a little bit rough. Although Kyler does get taken out, and Bash just fell through as well. Okay, so now both scouts are down. Only 30% Uber for Epsilon, so surely Streeps are going to push here. The bomb's coming in now. Grape trying to open this up for Steam. Mike once again getting caught out. Oh no! Mike just chronically getting separated from his team. It's really, really unfortunate to see. But that's, that's good on 20B for, spotting that out, spotting out that tendency to be over-aggressive and really capitalizing on it. Deadbolt 20B capping up their second point with Deadbolt leading this push into mid now, successfully pushing Epsilon out of their saw area, and 20B showed no signs of stopping. They're already pushing into saw cell.
Yeah, that's kind of thing that the American teams are beloved for doing. It's just kind of how our scene works, We're like, okay, well, we're not going to stop pushing until you actively stop us. So we'll see what happens here. Looks like they have forced Uber at Rayman, and that is going to be the active stop. Kozen, can he get away? Looks like probably, oh my gosh, 13 health left, maybe 10 as he walked out of that door. One more well-placed rocket would have been the end of him, but nope, he's perfectly fine.
This is still a very, very scrappy, just melee happening here. Ash with the great big bomb does take down the medic with one easy rocket there. Mike taking a ton of spam. He does get taken down by the coordinated spam from Ash and Deadbolt. Ash having a really, really good fight there. Just jumping everywhere, delivering damage, delivering assists where they were needed. Playing just like a roamer should. Tag, speaking of roamers, coming in. Oh, Ash going for the big air shot, not able to do it. Is Ash going to win this fight? Ash currently engaged in a 1v2. Is that maybe a 1v3 now? Oh my goodness. Ash jumping away. He's doing so much distraction here. Oh my god, as a roamer, I just love seeing this play coming out of Ash. He bought his team so much time there, as now a 20B can maybe set up a defense on mid and prevent Epsilon from gaining too much ground off of that.
And I want you to watch the Uber advantage start to widen here as well. Kozen is on the crit creed.
Ooh, yes, I like this. Finally, the first crits of this show match set that we have seen today so far. They're building very quickly. They're at 80% crits. They need to spot out where the enemy combo is. We have Sizer trying to peek into that saw, get that crucial information to his team. I wonder if they're going to take a soldier or a demo on this crits. It looks like they are going to go demo. Duatna pushing forward. I don't think Epsilon knows his crits is here. Duatna checking the stickies. Oh, great. Don't get killed by the stickies. This crits is coming in pretty slowly. It is Pup. Raymond does get his Uber now, though. Mike, once again, separated away from his team, but unfortunately, Duatna not able to make those crit stickies connect, and Mike is saved. Did I say Duatna? I don't know if I'm talking about anymore, Sal. In any case, Epsilon.
Oh, I thought it sounded pretty good. I
Epsilon get the better of that fight. They are going to push into mid here, Sal, as only Deadbolt is left alive for Street Hoops.
Yeah, that was just unfortunate stickies, because I tell you what, Duatna, he had a pretty good crits angle there. Mike did get separated. There was no way for Mike to reconnect to that Uber before at least one of the crit stickies hit him. It was just that Duatna misplaced him. And I don't know how much of that is due to ping. Of course, obviously, if any of it was at all, you're not going to see that at i52, which is why you should probably open your wallets.
Good point, Sal. Tech opening this up for his team, making a lot of space, turning those eyes of 20B. But it's not going to matter. Lulu, the only player left alive for Epsilon now. 20B just does need to clean up this last scout as he is moving over into that cheese area. Trying to get out, just barely dodging the air shots coming out of those 20B soldiers. Wow, he's staying alive for a really long time, really doing what Ash did just prior. Buying his team time, getting time for those respawns to come up so that Epsilon can take back their hold on mid and not lose that midpoint off that bad push. So really, really good distraction, time buying play coming out of Lulu, aka Bash there.
Now Duatna, of course, laying some standard sticky traps here. It looks like we're going to slow the game up just a little bit, and that's kind of how Epsilon like to play it, isn't it?
I don't know. I feel like of the European teams, Epsilon is definitely one of the more aggressive ones, but you could definitely make the argument that traditionally the European playstyle has been characterized by a lot more passive play based around Ubers. They kind of don't like these scrappy off-Uber pushes as much, but I mean, that said, you know, I feel like we've seen enough aggression out of Epsilon that they certainly seem comfortable doing these off-Uber pushes, but now they do have that Uber. They are pushing in. Kozan almost has his Uber as well. 20B showing no signs of really wanting to back out here. They're spamming, trying to get the pop-off. Actually, they do have their Uber, and I'm not seeing a whole bunch of success coming from their flank, just getting absolutely picked apart by the flank of Epsilon. They are going to back off with only 3 players left alive versus the 6 players of Epsilon, but the Uber actually was forced on Epsilon, so now we have full Uber defense coming in for 20B.
Well, they're going to have to use it right away. It looks like the scouts are coming in for pressure immediately, and if that Uber's not popped, there you go. I was going to say, if that's not popped, then this is over. Deadbolt down even during the Uber, and so this is keeping Duatna alive with full health, but nobody else really, and that defense probably not going to work too well. Epsilon getting a bunch of kills, Ash showing one left alive, Epsilon just saying, you know what, if you're going to make it easy, we'll take it.
So yeah, right now 3-0 in favor of Epsilon, definitely. I think the pings are playing a huge factor here. So yeah, as Sal's been saying, that's one of the reasons we want to get these teams all in the same place so much. Like, you've seen from these show matches that each team is capable of playing at just such a high level of skill, but the problem is creating conditions where both teams can do that at the same time. And that's what i52 is for. We can get these teams in the same place, have them on even ping, and just really have the greatest show that we possibly can put on. Tech actually hitting a nice little crisp air shot on Grape at the beginning of this mid-fight here. Tech also picking up a frag onto that scout Epsilon, managing to push 20B out. It seemed that Epsilon played that mid a little bit more passive and just sort of let Street Hoops come to them and just pick them apart as they were getting aggressive. Tech doing a really good job of chasing down Kozan there, taking him out. So that is a full wipe from Street Hoops. I don't think a single player on Epsilon died, so...
Nope. Get mulched. Ash on the sniper now. He's going to go like kind of an aggressive sniper position here, waiting to see if anybody walks through the upper doorway once this cap is done. Or actually, no, he's just going to watch for the defenders. Can he actually get the pick? Nobody's really noticed him just yet. No, can't quite get it. He does a lot of damage here to this soldier, but it's not going to be enough. There is a sentry up right now. Duatna trying to evade as hard as he can. He is going to die, though, and he's going to get finished off before he hits the ground. There's a heavy weapons guy out here now, and Epsilon having some trouble on this push. They're actually losing almost everybody except Gear and Raymond. Raymond, I think, has escaped already, and so somehow Street Hoops holds that off.
Yeah, so it's only Raymond and Kyler who's a respawn right now. Kyler trying to meet up with Raymond, trying to keep him safe. Tech also up on that sniper right now. You have Kozan at a pretty big Uber advantage here, about 40%. Tech charging up, trying to pick those angles on lower. Not able to find anything. Backing up, I think he's going to look through this window right now.
Oh, he spotted that med. just briefly. Not quite a quick enough reaction to actually get the shot off, but he saw that med jump through that window. Now he is going to back off and decide that, I think he's kind of feeling, okay, the fight's going to happen here now. They've got the Uber advantage. They're going to be walking in. He sees the healing beam. He's going for the shot, misses it. Kozen's still 150% health, I should say. So Tech didn't quite manage to make that play happen. That would have been the perfect play, though. He was fully charged. Just a body shot. Shooting the finger would have killed that medic, and it didn't manage to happen.
Both Ubers are even right now, but we have 2 members of Epsilon down. That's Gear and Bash, so that's a lot of their damage dealing potential is taken away there. We do have 20B pushing in now. The Uber is forced from Kozen. Raymond still has yet to pop. Actually, as I say that, he does pop now. 20B having a slightly worse Uber, but they still do have numbers in this fight. Epsilon 2 players down, 20B only 1, but wow! Oh my god, like 3 or 4 kills all happening right at the same time from 20B! Wow, that collapse play in that lobby was so good. They just evaporated all of Epsilon. Epsilon is completely wiped right now. It looks like this is going to be the first round win here for Street Hoops Esports in this show match, and it is Sal.
I'm sad I missed the very last part where Duwatna was attacking there because my TF2 decided to alt-tab out of itself. I really don't know what happened because I didn't click anything. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. TF2 is known for being a game that never has any glitches, though, so I'm confident. Duwatna now, of course, exchanging at the midpoint once again, and we are definitely gonna have a good mid-fight here. It looks like Epsilon with, they've got about the same aggression so far, and in fact, both soldiers for the American team now jumping upstairs. They have got the high ground advantage for sure. Looks like one of them will get taken down, maybe. No, Duwatna is down. I'm sorry, the soldiers are still up there. And 20B with a very happy mid-fight right now. They actually could get a lot of damage done, and they do take down the med. That's gonna be everybody down for Epsilon. Tech respawns. It's just Kyler for you, who is up. He's got 75 health. Gonna try and ambush Sizer, and that's a nice meat shot there, but Deadbolt will finish.
Right now, there's only 2 members left up for Epsilon. They're all the way back at last. I think they have no hope of really defending their 4th point here, but they're trying to move up, trying to maybe hold in lobby, see if anyone overextends, see if anyone donates a pick. You always gotta try to be in position just in case anything happens. Tech actually being very aggressive right now. I think Tech wants to go for the force. If Tech can get this force, that would be really, really huge. He gets the clean flank onto Ash, does take him down. Tech now. Is he going to go for this bomb? We have the flanks coming in from the scouts as well. Tech getting clean shots out of the medic. Oh, Kozen stripping that away. He doesn't top. Balls of steel from Kozen. 40 health left. Wow, what gutsy play coming out from 20B. They still haven't popped yet. Duwatna and Ash are both down. Kozen just refuses to pop this, though. They are slowly tap-capping this point, and they are going to get it. Tech coming in. He wants to finish what he started.
Oh, Kozen.
Once again,
Kozen, what are you doing, Kozen?
Oh my god, Kozen just showing that he is truly one of the top medics in our scene. Just great play coming out of him. He's like, no, there's no way one player is going to make me pop. Now finally Kozen, the double scout Uber, the double trouble. They're both coming in. Epsilon does have their Uber now, though, because Tech was able to cause so many delays. Kozen does finally get caught out. Gear takes him down. Great follows suit going down as well after his medic, and wow. This back and forth play coming out of both of these teams here. We still have 4 players up for 20B. Actually, Ash is up on the spy. Is he going to go for maybe the medic pick or maybe the back cap, Sal?
I like the back cap idea. I think the medic pick is far less of an option, and he is going to go for the back cap. He gets the stab. He's standing right there on that point. Somebody will come in and try to stop him, but it is going to be too late. Here it comes, the cap. It's 2-3. This is a close game, ladies and gentlemen.
20B just pulling out all the stops. I love that play from them. And again, I love that play from Tech. Being so aggressive, just unrelenting. He was hitting his shots, but Kozen was just surfing so well. He was able to avoid, the damage and not pop. But, as I say that, moving into our 6th mid-fight now, Sal walks through it.
Yeah, Duwatna taking a lot of damage there. Mike's still feeling fairly happy. So Duwatna's having to take a lot of the heals off the med. Mike, meanwhile, is probably going to go down here. If he gets just one more focus, there he is. That's the first death of the mid. Kozen down as well. And now it is up to the American team to kill Raymond. If they can't do that, they're going to have a severe uber trouble. They might still be able to cap the middle point here. And it looks like Raymond was in some trouble himself. He did get taken down. Deadbolt trying to finish everything off. Now Tech, 42 health. And I'm pretty sure... Oh, no. Hello. I don't know why Tech is so survivable today, but he is.
Yeah, Tech, both roamers from both teams have been playing just phenomenally. This map in particular, Tech and Ash, I want to give huge credit to both of them. You know, as a longtime roamer main myself, it warms my heart to see these roamers being so aggressive and contributing so much to their team fights. It's really, really fun to watch. Anyway, though, we have the Ubers for both teams, roughly even 20B with a little bit of an advantage. Both players are 6 members up. 20B on the defense here of their second point. We have Ash on the sniper.
And I'll let you know, it looks to me like there's 6 minutes left on this map, so we'll see if 20B can tie it up, but now they've got time kind of ticking down for him.
Yeah, Kozen building a little bit more efficiently maybe than Raymond, but still there's not a pushable advantage here, so effectively the Ubers are even. Epsilon, yeah, playing really, really far back on that mid. They're really, really safe. I almost wonder if they maybe thought that they were at a big disadvantage. Or maybe if they were paranoid of the spy, or maybe they were aware of the sniper and just didn't want to give him any sightline whatsoever. Epsilon might be feeling the pressure. They might be feeling this match slip away from them a little bit. They started off very strong, going 3-0, but then Street Hoop has taken 2 rounds. Find that word eventually, Sal. 2 rounds in a row is what they have taken. Epsilon very quickly switching from being aggressive lower to being aggressive in Saw, maybe trying to catch 20B off guard. Mike dishing out a ton of damage with help of Bash on the distraction play. Mike once again getting juggled up. The Uber does come out to save him. Mike getting a really good downwards pill there, doing a ton of damage to a lot of players, forcing the immediate pop and multiple flashes from Kozen. Mike is just so aggressive, though. He's standing on stickies. He doesn't care. He does not want to let 20B push in through this Saw area. They are going to get in, though. They're going to catch Gear off guard. That is 2 players down for Epsilon. Raymond taking a ton of pressure right now, and I think Epsilon are going to be forced to back out.
You know, Epsilon haven't quite been able to kill Ash, and so he's still on the sniper. He did get the 1 headshot of the soldier in midair just to finish him off. Gets another one on Lulu, which was very nice. The retreating scout going to get taken down. And now Epsilon's starting to lose a lot of players. Raymond, the only one left. Is anybody chasing, or can Raymond get away? It looks like he will get back to last. Nobody's really going to push that there too aggressively, because I tell you what, at this point, it's a huge Uber advantage for 20B. And here's the only question, right? Does Kozen pop Uber here, or does he wait?
You know, I don't think they have to pop. I mean, they definitely don't have to pop capping this point. They're going to get that pretty cleanly as the spawns are still coming up for Epsilon. They are going to take this lower. That's what I'd like to do. When you have Uber advantage pushing it to last, I like to take it lower. That seems like one of the cleanest ways to get in. But Raymond is at 90%, 95. He's going to have his Uber here. The Uber is popped from 20B. The Uber is popped in response from Raymond and Epsilon. 1 player down for each team. That's a scout / off-classer. I like where Grape is kind of hiding here. He does get the bomb in, trying to open up some room for his team. Juggling Raymond goes for the quick air shot. Not able to make it happen, but he still does take down Raymond while he's hopping around on the ground. Ash taking down Epsilon, or Mike. Gear taking down Kozen. Gear also taking down Deadbolt before he gets taken down. Tech with a nice crisp direct rocket onto Ash. It is Sizer and Duwatna now as the respawns. That was a full wipe for Street Hoops Esports. Successful defense coming out of Epsilon, doing a good job of getting their Uber.
The control point is being
Sizer's trying to play the spoiler role here and just distract a little bit, do some chip damage. It's not going to do all that much, though. That's going to be a recap on the second point from Epsilon, and Sizer, unless he commits and makes it, I think it would be an error to commit here. He's just going to step back and let his team kind of reset for another push.
Ash once again on that sniper. Ash has just been having such a strong game on multiple classes. Right now we have no off classes for Epsilon, so Ash is the only off classer up in this match at the moment. Yeah, Uber's once again pretty even, more or less. I don't think there's a pushable advantage here for Epsilon.
Oh, Ash getting aggressive. I think he's going to go for the quick headshot through this window. Can he spot the med? That would be something, but it looks like he has been spotted. Nope, he's going to have to back out. And at this point, no, Epsilon realized, hey, there's a sniper. We probably shouldn't show our heads, you know.
Yeah, so that's one thing Epsilon are really, really good at. The moment there is a sniper, they completely hide behind cover, and they're very good at never showing themselves to a sniper, which is a lot harder than it sounds. It's easy to get impatient and make these types of mistakes. Ash getting so aggressive in that saw room. I'm not sure what he was trying to do.
Well, and in the chat earlier, too, he had said, I know your traps, and then he just kind of walks right into one.
We have the push coming in from Epsilon now. The Uber has popped. Kozen now popping his in return. Slightly better Uber for 20B. It looks like Epsilon are using the rest of their Uber to run away. But Grape is right here in the thick of things in the Sarum, but it's a 1v4 engagement. I don't know if Grape can make this happen. He's a fantastic soldier, but, you know, it's hard for even the best of soldiers to win a 1v4. Kozen maybe a little bit frustrated with his ping, maybe interfering with his movement. Grape also feeling the same way. Just another reason we want to get these guys to land. We want to get them to I52 so that, you know, this ping difference goes away, so that every player can play to their full potential with the technology not holding them back.
So since I'm subbing in for Admirable right now, I do feel it necessary to note that the Europeans didn't complain about ping.
This is true. The Europeans just played their game. No excuses out of the Europeans. Gotta respect that sportsmanship. Maybe could teach the North American teams here a lesson or two. Speaking of teaching them lessons, they are pushing in now, cleaning up 2 players of 20B, coordinating all their spam into this lobby area. I like this, immediately converging on that 1 point of failure that 20B had, all standing in that same place, so they were all taking the same damage from their spam. Uber advantage in favor of Epsilon right now, and they're going to push in here, Sal.
Yeah, it's pretty much time for this game to be over, as there is not a lot of map time left. It's like a soldier getting launched into the skybox, Mike walking straight into a heavy, but that doesn't matter. He's not going to die. He refuses to die. Death walks in, stares him in the face, and asks to play a game of cards. Mike can't quite make this work. Looks like it's going to end 3-2 because there is 1 minute left here, and unless something crazy happens, I think that's how it's going to go.
Yeah. A good point. I didn't even realize about the time limit. So yeah, this is the ETF2L European rule set, which means that is a 30-minute time. Raymond taking on Deadbolt with the crossbow there. That was nice. The assist from Mike, of course. Duana does respond by taking down Mike, but yeah, unless, you know, at this point, I don't think it's possible for Street Hoops to cap out the rest of these points in 40 seconds. So yeah, it does look like this this map is going to go in favor of Epsilon, which will bring our set to 1-1 for each team, which means we are going to go into a third map, and to determine which server that actually, well, oh, 20B are being pretty aggressive here, but no, the Uber is pop from Epsilon now. There's no, oh, Tech,
Nice.
Tech hitting the vert, the doctored direct vert onto the medic there.
Wow, good play here by Duatna in the last couple seconds of the game. I mean, just perfect dodging. You know, the Tech was trying to jump up and take a couple of hits, and Duatna said, nope, danced around it. Did manage to get that kill. He's going to go for the med kill now as well. But actually pops the med up into his own face, but the med was not quite ready on that Uber saw to finish it off. Good game by both teams, though, and we're going to go into a third one, aren't we?
Yeah, so apparently the coin toss came up in that we're going to be sticking on the European server. We're not switching back to North American server. So yeah, staying here for our, but that means, of course, that 20B are going to pick the next map. We're going to very, very quickly go to a super short break just so we can catch our breath, but this next map is going to be starting very soon. Don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss it.